How's that sound? Okay, great. We're called Piss. P-I-S-S, Piss. We're from Vancouver, Canada. Very excited to be here. Yeah, before we get started, I just want to run through a couple things. This is amazing. Thank you all for coming. Such a full room. It's awesome. But I just want to make sure everybody's taking care of themselves and each other. So it's going to be very loud. We have free earplugs over by the merch table. You'll see they're in a heart basket. You have time because I'm going to go through a little spiel. Yeah, totally for free. Please take them. Protect your ears. They're by the merch table with the piss shirts. And also, if at any point during the set you want to leave for any reason, just raise your hand really high, and everybody else be on the lookout for a raised hand. And if you see somebody, move out of their way, please, and thank you. And finally, the set we're going to play for you tonight contains explicit mentions of violence, in particular sexual violence in both the lyrics and the sample content. So please take care of yourselves and take care of each other. And with that, I'm going to yell at you now. Please enjoy.
When I grow up, I want to be an astronaut. When I grow up, I want to be an artist. When I grow up, I want to be a football player. When I grow up, I want to be a cat hotel owner.
When I grow up, I want to be a baseball player.
When I grow up, I want to be
no metaphors, no techniques. I don't know if writing about violence is helping you. Am I helping you? I keep trying to make my pain mean something. I spend my life trying to turn my pain into something useful. I spend my life trying to turn my pain into something beautiful. I wanted to write romance novels. Now I need perfect control over my victim area. The story of a girl who is sideless and powerless. But it's cliche to write about being powerless. Let's go! I want to own an animal sanctuary with my baby sister. But I was beaten by a dog and the hunger was screaming. I wanted to write romance novels. I wanted to feel safe in my body. I wanted to be a singer. Learning the right way to scream so people would listen.
Every year, millions and millions of pictures of me women with a lit spread, our genitals are tied up their case stick. Millions and millions of pictures are made of us in postures of submission and sexual access. And the major motif of pornography as a form of entertainment is that women are raped and violated and humiliated until we discover that we like it. And at that point, we ask for more.
Some words are bigger than bodies. I never learned how to get them out of my mouth. I never learned how to get them out of my mouth.
So everything turned out all right because you prevailed.
Right.
That's the point.
thing.
And you weren't a victim in the sense
Pick
because...
up the pieces.
Right.
Yeah. Go on with your life. Right. Move on and...
So how long before that beautiful body was being used again? Probably for years you wouldn't even use it.
Oh, no. You gotta get right back
In the saddle?
We have to find some way to keep the rapists off the street. Now, there are different ways of doing it. Law is only one way of doing it. I myself favor violence. Deeply, I favor it. And the reason that I favor it is that the law isn't working. And as long as the law isn't working, women who have been attacked or who are being attacked need to be able to understand that they have a right to defend themselves against anyone who is attacking them.
opposite to this emotion. How can you act opposite to this emotion? Bedroom, nighttime. A girl lays on her back in the dark, staring at the ceiling. Something has been cut. Sorry. Again. A girl lays on her back in the dark, staring at the ceiling. Something has been weighing on her for a long time. The room is lit by the face of her cell phone. His number is dialed. She's finally going to cut. Again. A girl lays on her back in the dark, staring at the ceiling. Something has been weighing on her for a long time. The room is lit by the face of her cell phone. His number is dialed. She's finally going to let him have it. At first, I thought I was only dreaming. You cut. Again. At first, I thought I was only dreaming. You saying you've only ever known violence, but there was a cut. Again. But there was a kindness in what you cut. Again. But there was a kindness in what you did. How each night you cut. Again. How each night you waited for me to leave so you could cut. Again. How each night you waited for me to leave so you could be alone with my body. Each night, I sank into the cut again. I sank into the cut again. I sank into the dark and woke with different limbs, teeth stitched to the back of my lips, and fingers sewn in the wrong places. And I still feel the cut again. I still feel the weight of all that skin cut again. I still feel the weight of all that skin cut again. I still feel the weight of all that skin. You wake up every morning, stepping light as ever. Does your wife know that cut again? Does your wife know that cut again? Does your wife know that you sewed your hands on my cut? No! Does your wife know that you sewed your hands on my back? Everyone after you has tried to cut again. Everyone after you has tried to cut again. Everyone after you has tried to amputate. But all I do is bleed. Cut again. All I do is bleed. Cut again. All I do is bleed. Will you tell your children bedtime stories about me? As they call their heads, bone in their teeth, and they say aloud, too many hands! Again! Too many hands! Cut again! Too many hands to cut! Too many hands to cut! Too many hands to cut! I want it cut! Again! I want it cut! Again! I want to give it all back to you! I want to give it all back to you! I know what you did with all you did. I know what you did. Interior, the girl's bedroom, nighttime. back in the dark, staring at the ceiling. Something has been weighing on her for a long time.
So I want to hold men 100% responsible for their actions, but that is within a particular political context. And when we're talking about patriarchy, misogyny, which is the hate of women, and a rape culture that's held up by heteropatriarchy, white supremacy, and capitalism, and environmental violence, that man is responsible for his actions, but he is not responsible for being brought into that context. Our boys are being raised in a rape culture, and then we're individually holding them responsible as if they invented misogyny. They didn't invent misogyny, they're swimming in it. As activists, we believe it is our collective obligation to change the structures of inequity, the structures of social injustice that promote a rape culture. Then, if we don't serve this young man who's willing to talk to us, women and children are going to pay forever for that, and he is going to suffer. All of our suffering is connected, as is all our liberation, right? Our past and liberation are connected with each other.
How can non-autonomous, non-radical people understand what you want? Armed actions do have a scare-away effect. If a guy sells women, but it does if his car burns. Behind it is the fact that traditional social violence is accepted, whereas similar reprisals scare away. If everyday reality is questioned. Women who get it pounded into their heads from the time that they are little girls, that they are victims, get scared when confronted with the fact that women are neither victims nor peaceful. Those women who experience their powerlessness with rage can identify with our actions. As every act of violence against one woman creates an atmosphere of threat against all women! Our actions contribute, even if they aim only against the individual responsible, to the development of an atmosphere of resistance is possible. build an exoskeleton. I learned to love the scent of blood and see softness in bugs that sank their teeth into my skin. I let my leg hair grow, fantasized about freeing the horses, ran my finger down the spine of each leaf I passed, wondered about your day. Here. Make sure they know I reopened this wound each night, so anybody who needs to see themselves in another body knows precisely how to enter. And please, somebody keep it open when it finally kills me. I am previous snake, razor, words, fingernails, teeth, or tenderness. Tell them I wanted to stay soft. So keep them safe beside to show them what a shelter in the subterranean of my body. There will always be space for you here. And you. And you. And you. Horses, soft hands, singing, bodies, forever. Horses, soft hands, singing, bodies. Forever. kisses, soft kiss, singing. Thank you for coming, everybody.